Hi everyone, my name is Vinod Arvindakshin. I work as a HR leader in the Silicon Valley. Today I have in front of me Santosh Kumar, a friend of mine and a colleague. He's the training and placement officer from IIT Palakkad. Santosh, before I jump in, is there something you just want to say to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi. Currently I'm working as a training and placement officer in IIT Palakkad. So I'm in this domain for close to 13 years into training and placement. We
Awesome.
can go
Okay,
ahead. Yeah.
awesome. Sounds good. So Santosh, firstly, I should say that the reason behind me trying to set up these videos and conversations is a fallout from the conversation I've had with IIT Tirupati and IIT Palakkad, where students need more awareness about careers. And there is a lot of alumni from the IIT sitting in different countries who are willing to contribute. So it's almost trying to bring everyone together. That's the idea. I'm also involved in a bunch of other initiatives like the Joy Thomas Foundation. There's a Pan IIT work which is happening in the Bay Area, and hopefully it all comes together at some point. So let me jump straight in, Santosh, in terms of asking you some very basic questions around how placements work within IITs, and I would really want your insights in terms of how do the newer IITs differentiate themselves, and especially some of the facilities which IIT Palakkad has got to offer. So to begin with, let's talk a little bit about placements within IITs. So my first question would be, how are the placement of the newer IITs compared to some of the older IITs? What's your sense?
Yeah. Mr. Vinod, IIT, total we have 23 IITs in country. So we have something like first gen, the 7 old IITs, and we have something like second gen, and we have 6 new IITs of a third generation one. So IIT Palakkad, we started in the year 2015. So we fall under third gen IIT. And so every generation, gen IITs follows a different placement process. So in terms of old gen IITs start the campus from December 1st onwards. As a new gen IITs, we start our process from September 1st. And older IITs have a students driven process where in new gen, we have a dedicated person like training and placement officers who run the entire process, where we are slowly, we even down the line, within 5-6 years, even we want the entire process to be handled by students. But initially, training and placement officer used to handle the entire process. This is what some kind of differentiation, like what old gen IITs and new gen IITs follows. And the placement person point of view, we are happy, IIT Palakkad, even in that last academic year, 1920 batch, we got a placement, in terms of percentage wise, 90% of our students got placed. In terms of placement, it's comparatively higher when compared to old gen, other IITs. So in the terms, we are happy. And also in last year, owing to this pandemic situation, not even a single offer got revoked owing to this reason. So we are happy on that. And even this year, current season also, we can able to see a lot of improvement in terms of percentage. The number of companies participated, we are able to see 30% increase with last year. So there are a good number of companies participated. And also our average CTC have been increased and higher CTC have been increased. So overall, even this year seems to be very positive for IIT Palakkad. And almost we reached close to 80 to 82% of the placement. So we have another 10 companies lined up for this month. So we might reach to 95% this time. So 95% isn't quite, if we reach 90-95%, we'll be happy, and IIT Palakkad will be ending up with a very positive academic year in terms of placement.
Santosh, you're being very modest. I feel that these numbers are astounding. I mean, getting to a 90% or even 80%, I think the numbers are very good. Even the top business schools in the US talk about 80% plus placements, 75% placement records. So it's getting to that number, 80 and above. Every percentage beyond that is excruciatingly difficult. And I'm so happy to hear that you're pushing the needle. I personally have been involved with looking at the list of some of the companies recruiting at IIT Palakkad, and I would say it's world class. It's second to none in terms of the companies coming over to IIT Palakkad. And looks like you've also been making a lot of effort to reach out to different companies, connect with them, try to bring them over. So I think there's a lot of very good work happening. And I feel that the new IITs are in a position by which the only place they can go is up. So it's already great, but I feel that it can get even better in the next couple of years because there's also some locational advantages to some of the newer IITs. The ones in South India, which is closer to Bangalore, the ones like Madras, Tirupati, Palakkad, because of being close to the Silicon Valley of India. There's always a chance that you can get more tech companies. So there is a lot of logistical and technical advantages for the newer IITs in this region. And I'm super optimistic about the prospects for, especially for IIT Palakkad going forward.
Yeah, you clearly said like most of our companies are, as mentioned, kind of like Bangalore based. I can talk about like 60 to 70% of the companies are from Bangalore based company. And one advantage apart from this location, what we have is our intake in the initial year, students registered for placement is less. So this is also one of advantage in the sense like, so we have a target of close to 100 students each year. So this is also one of the reason why we are able to push to the percentage. And also, we are trying to reach as many companies as possible.
A great point, Santosh. Looks like you can also give more individual focused attention to students because the students are lesser in number. So students benefit at the end of it. They're not part of a mass crowd. So that's fantastic. I think that really is a way to go. And I also know that there's a bunch of training courses offered by IIT Palakkad to upskill students. We'll talk about it a little later in terms of what those options are. So let me go on to maybe my second question.
And just want to add one point,
yes,
because of our less numbers, even like faculty team also helping. Faculty knows almost all students in the department. Because some departments like electrical or mechanical, we have only 20-25 students. So even few faculties are helping to connect with the industry. So we got some offers via that channel also.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree because I've been in touch with a couple of faculty members. They seem to love the interaction with students. And I think once the batch sizes are smaller, clearly there is big incentive for the faculty to work with the students. And I think that's the biggest understated thing about the newer IITs, but that's something which is enormously going to benefit students.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about how do students prepare themselves to get good jobs? So can you divide it in terms of like other things which second and third year students should be doing? And is there something which final year students should be doing?
See, final year students, they will be into the placement by August in September slot. So currently now they end up with having like 2 to 3 months max. First thing what like I feel is the online test plays a major role in the entire campus process. So the conversion, once you clear the online test, the conversion in the technical and managerial interview a bit higher. I feel like clearing the online part is a bit tougher in terms of numbers and other things. What I'll suggest to students, so make sure like you clear the online part. Try to put some efforts on this area. So mostly the online part consists of like that aptitude, and also followed by your technical questions. So technical questions, if you talk about core and non-core, so computer science is mostly will be on coding part, like competitive coding, like programming technical question. On non-core department for other branches, so this online test questions will be on the basic question. So like I suggest students to prepare on this aptitude and the basic subject question. So they have to do this part. And some students who are focusing on management consulting companies, so they have to be prepared on the case studies. There are a few standard questions so that they have to concentrate. Like, for example, like how will you sell the pen? So how will you create the demand? So these are the basic questions where this management and financial consulting companies look for. So these are the few areas where students have to be prepared. And when we talk about second years and third years, campus season starts only by like in that final year. So second year and third year students, like my only suggestion is like not get into much into the placement and the job part. Let them just go with that college flow. But parallelly, because this competitive coding is something a skill set, even if you're interested to learn in final year, this 3 months break you can't learn. It's and the continuous practice also it's required. It's something like second year you are into full time, you are into like coding and other practice, and after that you can't leave for another 1 year, and then you can start from the final year. This is something like parallelly you have to keep on working on this coding part, because now because in placement itself, if you talk like something like software companies, and we have like core sectors. If a core department students want to get into like software industry, my advice is let them know at least one programming language. At least for mechanical students, at least like Python, MATLAB, whatever, even their core programming knowledge, at least one core programming knowledge will help them to get into a good placement. And some other students who really want to get into only core profile, so they can brush up on their technical basic, because no companies expected like the detailed knowledge on like any topic. So the most of the questions will be on the basic part. So course students who want to get only into the course, so they can prepare on the aptitude part, and they can brush up on the entire basic subject knowledge, so that it will take them to the like for the placement. So these are the areas where students have to be focused. And also the final year students, like there are a few things like before getting into like any interview or something, like students have to make sure like they do some research on the company, like what all the products they're into, what all the services they're into. So it will help them like confidence building, and even they can be very clear, and also they can negotiate on a few aspects. Because I've seen some students like just they know the company name and they will get into the interviews. So this also sometimes we used to get feedback from companies, but because nowadays like the opportunities are pretty high. For 100 students, we are able to get close to 100 plus companies. So the numbers, like opportunities we have, like n number of opportunities. Only thing like we have to be prepared on the all the aspect. So you can be very good in technical aspect, but if you don't clear the online test, there is no point like you can showcase your technical knowledge to the HR. So what I feel is like it's better to get prepared on this all this basic aspects, clear the online test, and do well in the rest of the interviews.
So one of the questions I regularly keep getting from students during my sessions is that how important is GPA during both the internship search and the placement process? Are there any guidelines you would want to offer?
GPA like it act as an so I can, in terms of percentage, like 20% of the company have this GPA criteria only to filter the number of students, because some companies they don't want to take the process for all the students, because there are some cases even with the less CGPA he might be good and excellent in coding. But just to if you want to get into all the companies, CGPA plays a role, because there are 20% of the companies where they have 8 and above CGPA. There some companies will have 6 and above. So again, it depends. I feel like it don't play a major role or important factor. But if you have like 8 and above, so you will be eligible for most of the process.
So it looks like that's one more thing which the second and third year students can do, is that they can try to focus on learning and also improving the GPA, so that if they have above 8, then a very safe spot, they can apply to any company they shoot for.
Yes. Okay. I've not seen any companies ask for 8.5 or 9. So 8 is somewhat like a decent, in the sense, even 8 itself, like close to some 20-25% have this cutoff. So most of the companies are open with even 7. So again, it depends on the company and.
Okay. What feedback do you typically get from recruiters around student skills? Like, have you heard comments about communication, and is there any tips you would want to offer?
Yes. So the main feedback, what we used to get is like students are not good in their technical. So all the questions, whatever we asked is like basic questions, but students were not good enough to explain the principles or concepts, or this is what like we used to get. So mostly most of the like reviews, like feedback from the recruiters on this technical part. So students are not good in programming, or core students are not good in their basics. So these are the two things I keep on get from recruiters, and also like this communication skill. So I can tell like it's because the communication skill will be checked only in the most of the things will be handled by HR. So this kind of a last process of the like the campus. So students who get into the HR, the conversion itself, it's bit less. So most of them used to get converted for the offer. So
Okay.
this communication part, I feel for IITians won't play a major role, but uh, I've never not usually used to get this feedback, but always
Okay.
it's good to because if you're good in the communication, it's easy for the students to you might be more confident, and it will be easy for to them to convey the things which are asked.
What do you think about group discussions in terms of, are more companies doing it, or do you see a trend of it coming down? Is that something which again students should be thinking about as they prepare for final placements?
Um, for like last 3 years, like even like current placement 2021 batch, I have not seen even a single company doing the group discussion.
Okay.
But when they do this mock GD and things, but it will for surely it will increase their confident and aspects. But it's better to have like preparation process. But I'm not seen any companies doing GD.
Okay. Fair points. Can you talk specifically about some of the resources which is offered by IIT Palakkad to train students during maybe the third year and fourth year? And are there things you would encourage students to attend as the placement season kicks in?
Yeah, like IIT Palakkad, we have something like we have our repository, like placement repository. So from it's like we have from first, like this is like our third batch for campus. So we have collected even last batch and last to last batch also. So this is the resources, like valuable resources on the placement for students, IIT Palakkad students, because like all the, for example, I said like last year like close to 80 companies have visited, even this year like 100 companies have visited. So in that repository you can you can get the entire details of this 100 companies. So what all the skill set they have asked for, what is the requirements, so what is the job profile, and also we in that repository we have students experience, so how they crack that interview, what are the questions they have asked in technical interviews, and what is the coding interface they've used, whether it's an hacker rank, and what all the questions, case studies, how they answered. So we have that entire recorded document in our repository. So for sure, like 60 to 70% of the same companies visits every year for us. So students have the clear picture, like what all the companies are going to visit and what all the skill set they have asked and what is the requirements and what is the students experience and what are the things we have to prepare for that particular company. So you have the entire complete resources of how the work for your seniors. So this is one of the like I feel like valuable resources what IIT Palakkad is doing for like our students. So this is like main resources, and also we used to have like a kind of a 4-day brush up training on aptitude and communication part, and also like we are very focused on like this mock interview, like mock technical, so mock HR, so and even mock GD we used to have take we used to give the sessions by some experts. So we used to minimum have one or two mock session with students. So it will help them their confidence building, and also many assessment tests we used to give for students, so that they will see the what kind of interface they'll be using in that online test. So these are the few things where we used to train our students. And so I suggest students to take this session like very like seriously, because these are the things what they're going to see in the final placement. So there will be an assessment test, there will be a technical interview, and followed by HR interview. So this mock session, like I request students to take it a bit serious. And also even for pre-final year students, we used to do the same kind of session. So whenever and also we used to get experts from industry to talk about upcoming trends or upcoming domain. So and also I suggest the second and like third year students to participate in most of this hackathons, codathons process, because nowadays most of the big corporates are into this contest hiring mode. For example, Amazon, Flipkart. So many into this contest hiring mode. So I request that second year and pre-final year students to take this contest and things very seriously, because they might not visit the campus for a full-time hiring but they are opening a window via this contest. So it will be a great opportunity for students. And also I'll request, because nowadays most of the job posting and happenings are in like happening via LinkedIn. So I'll also suggest students to keep on checking on the LinkedIn posts, because many companies sometimes the info won't come to the college. It's not mandatory that always it will reach to college, but they will post a public post in LinkedIn about their contest and upcoming hirings. So there are many things happening. So I'll tell my students to keep on check the LinkedIn post also regularly, so they will come to know like what's happening in the market.
It's amazing to hear all these resources out there. How do you maintain the repository of information? Looks like there is all this information sitting there. So do they have dedicated resources to maintain this database? How does it work?
So currently, like we are just using our Google Drive to access the resources. So before they get into placement cycle or internship cycle, like like as a TPO, like I used to share this data with our student, so that they will get an access. I'll give an access for them.
Okay.
So this is what we used to follow here.
And I feel end of the day, whether you are early in career with undergrad, master's, or PhD programs, the process is very similar in terms of applying to companies, reaching out, networking, building your own networks, using the placement resources. So it looks like a lot of the information can be transferable across different degrees. And because ultimately most of the folks are early in career talent with not too much work experience. So kind of they fall under the same umbrella. Anyway, that's great to hear, Santosh. So thanks so much. So do you have any final thoughts before we wind up this session?
See, like campus season starts from like September, like day one starts from September and it goes till like May or June. So I just request students, it's not like that first opening slot or things like to rush to the things. We have 100+ companies. So I'll tell students to be patient. It's not like a race or something you have to win or something. We have, even in the second phase, we have companies with a good profile. So it's not only the CTC always. So that's why I keep on, I just want to tell to students, it's not always it's in CTC or numbers. So even in the second phase, we have a very good number of like companies and in terms of profile. So I've seen students like in the first phase, they were like a bit slow, but they've ended up in that second because their patience helped them. So in that second phase, they've got even very like in the top CTC offer with a very good profile. So what I suggest is student, like, it's not the end, like the opening slot or end slot, just enjoy the process. It's a final year, like you're never going to get this opportunity at any time. So like placement is just a process. So just follow this entire process, whatever tips or advice given by CD, like a placement cell, just follow this. And it's not a big task or anything to achieve or something. If you go through the entire process, for sure, like you'll be placed in a good company. So enjoy the college life. That's very important point where I just want to mention. Yeah.
Awesome, Santosh. Thank you very much for the valuable feedback. I appreciate that. Thanks again. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.